Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about completing the square, specifically when you've got a leading coefficient greater than 1, as in the example 2x squared plus 5x equals 3. Now the problem with 2x squared plus 5x equals 3 is that 2x squared is not a perfect square. So that picture that we've been drawing where you've got the rectangle that you turn into a square, it's not going to work perfectly this time. So the very first thing we do is we just divide by the leading coefficient so that we now have a leading coefficient of 1, and the equation becomes x squared plus 5 halves x equals 3 halves. At this point, you might be thinking, oh no, fractional coefficients, this is terrifying. Fractions happen. Take a deep breath, you'll be okay. I promise. So this is just like the ones that we've been doing before now. We can draw the box where we've got x squared plus 5x as the area of the box. That means the total area equals 3 halves. And we can label the sides of the box x and x plus 5 halves. And then we can cut that bit in half and bring it down so that we almost have a square. When we do that, we've got x plus 5/4 on each side, because 5 halves divided by 2 is the same as 5 halves times 1/2, which is 5/4. And then we've got that extra little bit in there where we can complete the square by filling in, and the area of that piece we have to fill in is 5/4 times 5/4, which is 25/16. So then the area of that box is x plus 5/4 squared, and it's also 3 halves plus 25/16. So then we've got our equation. We're going to want to add those fractions on the right-hand side, so we make a common denominator. Becomes 24/16 plus 25/16. When we add those, we're going to get x plus 5/4 squared equals 49/16. Square rooting both sides, and remember to have plus or minus, we've got x plus 5/4 equals plus or minus the square root of 49/16, and the square root of 49/16 is 7/4. So we've got x plus 5/4 equals plus or minus 7/4. Subtracting 5/4 from both sides gets us x equals negative 5/4 plus or minus 7/4. That's going to get us two solutions. So negative 5 plus 7 is 2, so we've got x equals 2/4, or negative 5 minus 7 is negative 12, so we've got x equals negative 12/4, and therefore the solutions to this equation are x equals 1/2 or x equals negative 3. So once again, we just did the same exact process as we've been doing before, except that we started off by dividing everything by the leading coefficient, which did lead to some fractions, but that's okay, because fractions happen. Thank you.